Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, and it's time to take a look at your weekly planner. We're starting to work our way near the end of April. April, for the most part here in the Midwest, has been kind of chilly and certainly on the wet note. We're going to start this week off chilly as well, but by the end of the week, it's going to start warming up. It's going to feel a lot more like spring, but it's also going to get a little bit wetter around here as well. First, let's take a look at your temperatures here on Monday. Most of the country pretty close to normal, a little bit warmer out in the central plains. Even Florida, you're going to be a little bit below normal. But for you, though, that means temperatures won't be necessarily in the middle 80s, but it's going to be in the upper 70s to 80s in portions of the Sunshine State. Still pretty nice for you. Temperatures will be getting closer to normal here in the central U.S. That'll put temperatures somewhere in the middle to possibly upper 60s here on our Monday. Now let's go and jump right to Wednesday. We see another shot of cool air working its way into the Great Lakes and portions of the Midwest. That's in response to the next system that's moving in, warming up across the southern tier of states. This cool shot of air here during the middle of the week is going to be short-lived because by Friday, we start warming up nicely in response to this next system. This is going to be a biggie. It's going to cause some trouble as well there in the central U.S., but it's going to bring up some really nice warm air in the central U.S., but also it's going to bring in some rather wet conditions as well. Precipitation-wise, on Monday, pretty quiet across most of the country, but by Tuesday we have a system off to the west there in the central U.S. It's going to jettison some energy. Anytime in the springtime you get that little energy or storm system developing, you cannot rule out the possibility of some severe weather. In this case, if we get some, it's not going to be a wide event. It's going to be pretty isolated in the Great Lakes and upper Midwest, but for the rest of us, it's going to be fairly dry. By Wednesday, that system does move off towards the east. That frontal system gets hung up here in the Tennessee Valley and points down to the south. It's just going to be kind of chilly here in the Midwest, but also up into the northeast, you're going to have a rather soggy day. By Thursday, the system is starting to get itself organized. More moisture starting to work its way up towards the north. Pretty dry here in the Midwest, drying up into the northeast, but a big system moving its way into the Pacific Northwest. And then by Friday, look what happens here. It really explodes. This could be a wide, severe weather event on Friday across the central U.S. that will push its way into the Midwest and up into the northeast and southeast for the weekend, but it's also going to bring those warmer temperatures. But on the flip side, it could bring a lot of rainfall. Could be some flooding rain as well as some severe weather. So we're going to have to keep our weather eye out for us there for the upcoming weekend. You can see snows in the Rockies and a system pushing its way into the West Coast. Now, as far as next weekend and beyond, it's starting to change a little bit. We're starting to see some warmer temperatures now. This is the National Weather Service 6 to 10 day outlook. You see some very nice warm temperatures, much above normal. Precipitation-wise, well, it's also going to be very wet in response to that warmer air pushing its way up through the Gulf of Mexico across the central U.S. So next week and next weekend in particular, and next week could be very stormy across most of the country. So there you have it. We've got a couple more cool days here in the Midwest. After that, it's going to be warming up. I'm George, the Weather Dad.